Hey dear viewer, welcome to episode 17. And as you saw in the end of the last episode, I have 30 Triskelions left. So the goal of this episode is very simple, and that is to complete as many of them as possible. Hopefully I'll be able to complete them all, but that is very unlikely. We'll have to see how far I can get. But let's start this episode off with a clue not coming from a Triskelion, but from the Dwarven Instinct aura. And as you can see, NXT isn't perfect yet. The blue color on these runes make it a bit harder to see, but still NXT is miles ahead of Java. And I would assume that this will increase the price of Celtic Knot tickets. That's good news for everyone who's doing clues actually. But let's check out that reward. Oh awesome, a penguin staff. As you guys have seen in a couple of episodes ago, I already have that staff. But it's still nice to get. And I get some more Royal Dragon Heights as well. This is an episode with a good start for once. And as the saying goes in Dutch, well started is half won. But what I'll be winning, we'll have to find out. Now for Durzag, and the grouping part was absolutely horrible this time. Actually, the group of 10 people was formed rather quickly. But when we entered the arena, one of the guys suddenly decided not to take part anymore. Yeah, I don't get what went on in his mind, but it ended up costing us 15 minutes of precious yak time, simply because our group had to disband and reform. And when we eventually did commence the fight, our group leader fell to an arrowed assault. And that before Corms even appeared. Along the way we also lost more comrades, and that was definitely noticeable on the DPS. Regardless, we pulled through and laid waste to Durzag. The initial reward didn't offer any exclusives, so I rerolled. And for the first time in a while I received more techie from the reroll. So yeah, this episode definitely has a great start. Now let's hope that the Triskelions follow the good start trend. And I wouldn't call it a bad start here either, because it's definitely great to get 2 teeth instead of 2 loops this time. Good clue or bad clue, let's find out. Well, if you take the value into consideration, this is absolutely a good reward. But I'm not really a big fan of those items. So, why not reroll? I mean, you never know. What? Are you kidding now? Did I seriously go from 260k to 90k? Oh man, this must be the worst reroll in the RuneScape history. Unless some fool rerolled a 3rd H item. But I doubt anyone is that stupid. It sucks to have such a loss though. But I still stand by my decision to reroll. Because like I said, you never know. Just look at that, again arrowed at the start of Rush of Blood. If this was going to be an episode with good starts, then the arrowed broke that trend. Arrowed at start. That's a guaranteed 1 minute waste. Yeah guys, look at that. Even with a bad start, I still managed to complete 20 waves. Seriously, Corruption Blast is the best ability ever. Since I purchased that, I've always managed to complete at least 19 waves. If that doesn't show the awesomeness of Corruption Blast, then I don't know what will. And the rewards are fantastic too. Just look at that Serenic scale. Time for another Triskelion then. And that's more gems to add to my collection. And let's not forget about that Triskelion fragment. This clue reward better be over 100k. Preferably over 100 mil. Oh, and it looks like I've completed as many elites as there are days in a year. Well, excluding this year of course. I need to do one more elite for that. But yeah, it's a nice number. And the reward value is a nice number as well. I get some potions, those are always useful. Yeah, I like this reward. So I'm really close to capping my chi. But let's avoid that from happening. So I'm going to make some Sea Singer's rope tops. Or in other words, train some runecrafting. These rope tops probably won't make me as much money as those Death Lotus chest plates, but it's still quite a nice profit. I don't think it's as profitable as crafting runes though. Anyhow, it would be silly to let that chi go to waste. They're way too valuable for that. I think a Triskelion and elite combo in between activities is the way to go. What do you guys think? Anyway, this one gives me adamant ore and coal. I think that's a fine reward. Yeah, about this clue reward, I don't know what to make of it. I mean, I like those royal dragon hides, but those purple sweets, those are really not my kind of thing. Well, I guess it's a decent reward. I thought the rate at which you get elite clues from the Dwarven Instinct aura was reduced. Well, this is my second in 2 days. I guess I must have been lucky. Okay, so when you get biscuits and you have reroll available, I think you all know what to do. And the reroll is indeed much better. Not that that'll come at a surprise after getting biscuits, but honestly, apart from those sweet royal dragon hides, the reward isn't that great. Open sesame. Alright, the big seed reward. Not bad at all. So it took me nearly 30 minutes to get that casket. This reward better be good. And I guess the value is alright. But sadly the items aren't that useful. Let's hope the Skeletal Horror drops an elite again. That would be for the 3rd week in a row. And would you look at that, I don't just get an elite but a Triskelion fragment as well. Is this some sort of compensation from that one time that Jagex scammed me? Just one fragment doesn't give me my elite back. So try harder, Jagex. Let's hope that 3rd Triskelion fragment isn't in this clue reward. Because I've heard that would mean that I missed a 3rd age die or something. You know, similar to when you get 100k, you miss out on a blood die. But the reward value here is kinda nice. And I get ancient Vambraces. You know what, I'm satisfied with this reward. And I get more high level herbs, that's fantastic. And now for that clue reward. I'm tempted to keep this reward just because of those prayer pots, but the value is kinda low. You know what, let's just reroll. I mean, anything could happen. Gothic's arrows. Yeah, that's not the greatest reward. And the other items aren't that super either. But the value went up, and that was the reason why I chose to reroll, wasn't it? So in a way I got what I wanted. This Durzag kill is going perfectly. Nothing went wrong, I didn't fall over my feet. And look, as a result it's a sub 6 minutes kill. Maybe the loot will be as perfect as the fight itself. Well, I guess I'll have to use that reroll. Yeah, it's the opposite of perfect. I actually lost on Techie again. Actually, if you think about it, it doesn't really matter how much Techie I get. I mean, I have all the abilities that I want. Or wait, never mind. There is still profit to be made from Techie. That's right. I almost forgot that. And that is 80 million strength XP. I actually can't remember when I last reached an XP milestone in this skill. It's such a long time ago. And I'll just keep mentioning those XP milestones in my videos. Well, that instead of virtual levels. Because honestly, I don't really care about the virtual levels. Of course, when I reach 120, that's a whole different story. So I'll surely mention that. Also, I'm at Vindicta because this is my Reaper task and I just felt like doing it. Even though I prioritized those Triskelions. And that's the end of this Reaper task. I had to kill Vindicta 16 times and that earned me 21 Reaper points. And the best thing of all is I didn't even have to bank for food. So I'm really getting a hang of this boss. Even though this is probably my 2nd time that I fought her. Does that make me a quick learner or is this just an easy boss? Oh yeah, and I'm still not making a habit of those Reaper assignments. Not yet at least. So I don't think I'll be doing one anytime soon. But yeah, just keep watching my videos and you'll see what I'll be doing. More high level herb seeds. Not the most valuable, but the most useful. And the logic in that is somewhat lost to me. Hey guys, what's better than a Zamorak page 2? A Saradomin page 2! This basically replaces my Zamorak page 2 from last episode as the best reward in quite some time. Just look at the value, over 2.5 million. How amazing is that? And those prayer pots, they're really the cherry on the cake. Or to put it in a more RuneScapian perspective, it's the coins at the end of a pest control game. Well, back in the day at least. Sadly, that's no longer the case. Now let's see if this clue from my aquarium can get some sort of luck streak going. I guess it couldn't. But after the previous awesome clue, I can tolerate an average one. Thanks to this Triskelion, I have 40 more rune bars to make. But that's definitely not the worst thing to do in RS. I mean, it is rune. And this clue gives me an Armadyl Coif. I'm not sure if I have that one yet. And honestly, I can't remember getting one either. I'll choose not to reroll just in case. And if I happen to own one already anyway, then I guess I can at least take comfort in those anti-fire potions. Also guys, check my private chat. Someone who's not even in my world PM'd me out of the blue and said that he wants to give me 450 mil. What could go wrong, right? And it turns out that I do already have an Armadyl Coif. I guess I wasted a reroll. I seriously should have known that I have all the elite god dragonhide sets. Oh well, whatever, what's done is done, you know. So I feel like the whole Triskelion and elite clue thing may get a little bit boring, because I'm basically saying the same thing over and over. So I want to speed things up a bit. And I'm going to do that by describing the reward of both the Triskelion and the elite clue with just 1 or 2 words. But exceptions will be made, like for example when I plan to use a reroll, then I'll just say reroll, if that wasn't obvious enough already. And if I get an extremely good reward, like that Saradomin page earlier, then I'll go into a bit more details. Anyway, let's get back into the action. Herbalicious. Armadyl platebody. Magnificent. So I've been getting into Durzag teams rather quickly lately. Like within the 10 minutes. So that's great. And the kill itself is going sublime. So the stage is set for a perfect kill, right? And just look at all the food that I still have left. I mean, what could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Oh right, those jihadi pigs. Again they get me. Again right at the end. Yeah, I should have ran. Well, I tried to, but I guess I was too late. Man, this is such an anticlimax. And I can forget about my reroll too. So this is the reward I get. Yeah, and I don't feel like discussing them. I'm still way too disappointed from losing that reroll. But yeah, it's my own fault, I know that very well. Abysmal. Reroll. Slightly successful. So it is possible to get a full crystal key from a Triskelion. That does make a whole lot more sense than 2 of the same pieces. I mean, I think a full crystal key should be the standard. Because it would just suck to be that guy who only gets loops. You could end up with like 100 loops just sitting there in your bank. Well, I guess you could just sell them all. Unless you're an Iron Man, of course. Generic. Excellent. Substandard. Back to back, excellent. Now this one is a difficult decision. See, the value is more than decent, but I didn't really get a reward that I like. So you know, I'm just going to reroll. And I get the exact same ornament kit. Well, I'm not going to complain about that though. It's not that I hate those kind of items. I guess I'll have to complete that set one day, assuming I get a dragon full helm. And speaking about helms, I also got a Bandos full helm. So despite the value being lower, I do actually prefer that reroll. Bonus Triskelion. Armadyl chaps. That's decent. Scant. And again I miss a blood die. But on the other side I did get a Bandos stole. Not that that's a worthy replacement. Baby Triskelion. Reroll. Moderate fail. Weak. A Zamorak bow. I'd call that chaotically brilliant. Yeah, I didn't get this reward yet, so I guess that's another item to add to my player-owned house collection. And if I remember correctly, I just need that Saradomin bow. Well, not to complete the whole collection, but just that bow collection. Splendid. Ugh, meerkat pouches. I don't even know what to do with those. Back to back splendid. An ancient page too. Now I know that I need just one more ancient page to complete that ancient god book, but if this is the one that I need, I don't know. If this is the one that I need, however, you'll see me complete the god book in this episode. If I already have an ancient page too, then, well, then you'll see nothing. And obviously I'm not re-rolling here. Dandy. Reroll. Repugnant. Delightful. Revolting. Oh, the jihadi picks. Again they strike. But I'm so happy it's not me who dies. Because I've had enough of this. Also, the reason why I didn't die on this jihadi pig attack is because Durzag himself is still alive. If he were to be dead, I would sure die as well. Durzag is dead now and there are no jihadi pigs in the area. That means I live. The kill itself went smooth, well, for me anyway. But we're here for the loot, so let's check it out. Hell yeah, a codex. That's the third codex I got now. And I still have an ability to unlock. And that is the Shatter and Storm ability. But I don't want to use a fresh codex on this, because they are worth quite a bit. So I prefer selling that one. And I'll just get that Storm Shard and Shatter ability with Techie. I mean, there's not much else I can do with Techie. Well, you have to look at it this way. I don't really need the Storm and Shatter ability right now. I don't have much of a use for it. And if you look at the shop where you can purchase things with Techie, then you will notice that a Mazcab ability codex, a fresh one you can sell, costs 20k Techie, and that Storm and Shatter ability costs like 15k. So that's why I think it's the best option if I were to save my Techie for that ability. I'd basically be saving 5k Techie. Teen Triskelion. Mediocre. Not the greatest rewards. A Dragon Full Helm Ornament Kit. Well, that is useful to me. Nah, I'm kidding guys, let's just reroll this one. I don't think I'll ever get a Dragon Full Helm. Okay, in retrospect, I wish I hadn't rerolled. Runetastic. Bandos plateskirt, yet a sub 100k reward. Okay. Oh wow, an onyx. I totally didn't expect to get this one here. I kind of value that higher than a dragon hatchet as well. So I guess I can consider this the best thing I've gotten from the Triskelions so far. The prayer pot saved the day. So I just got 80 mil attack XP and I didn't expect to get it. What basically happened was I turned in my combat daily challenge, and that rewards you with an XP lamp. An XP lamp that you can use in a combat skill. I always choose the XP to go in my lowest combat skill, and that is attack. Now, I knew that I was close to 80 mil attack XP, but I didn't realize I was that close. And that's the end of this episode. As you've seen, the Triskelions are progressing very well. I've managed to do quite a lot this episode, much more than I expected. Honestly, I expected to have at least 15 left, but it turns out I have 7 left. And the remaining ones I'll be doing in the next episode. That means I may do 7 next episodes, but that number could increase to 8, because as you see, if I get one more Triskelion fragment, I can complete another one. But anyway, you'll see how many I have to do in the next episodes. If I manage to keep up the good progression that I've had in this episode, then I'll definitely be able to finish off all my Triskelions next episode. And when they are all complete, I'll return to Araxi. And for your information, Araxi is my current Soul Reaper task. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know that it could be a bit boring, because believe me, completing 50 Triskelions was quite a drag for me actually, even though I love to do elite clues. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed it nonetheless, I thank you, and I hope that you leave a subscribe. Also, if you subscribe, then the speed of pineapple slicing increases by 3%. And that is a legit fact. And you know what legit means in RuneScape. See you in the next video.